Hello everyone, and welcome to the Void. In actuality, welcome to web fishing, my new favorite game to just idle around and play in. I've seen some things online, mostly from Reddit, of people getting to certain places, and in-game about people getting to certain places, that I haven't seen anyone make a guide on how to get to. Now, I have been fortunate enough to figure some of this out, so I decided to share it with all of you. So, the first thing you probably have seen in this game is people hanging out in the void, the big black mass expanse. The question is, where do we find that in this peaceful little village? Well, if you walk into the shop over here, it's pretty easy to find. You need to have camp level 1 so that you can place down the flag. The flag to your own private island is going to be the key to getting around to a lot of these private areas in this game. So, let's take that. For me, I just do this. I walk over and I dive into the corner. I then angle myself, because if you angle yourself, put yourself too far back, try to place it, you'll get invalid prop placement. But you'll notice if you walk forward, you can see the void, and we can place a flag here. The problem is we can't reach this flag. How are we ever going to get access to it? Well, if we walk away, jump into it, and angle ourselves, the prop is always placed forward ahead of us. That's invalid prop placement. We can angle ourselves slightly to the left, and the prop is now placed. Looking at it from over here, that is much closer to the wall. We can stand up and get access to our private island. Our private island is not what's useful here, actually, though. It is simply a means of travel between boundaries of the game, and now we are in the void. You can walk for a good distance out here, and eventually you will hit some water. This does mean, however, fishing is a viable option, just in case you wanted to do that. So, this is not the only thing we can do here. Certain interactions between the inside and outside flags and spawn points and stuff like that is what I'm guessing cause a whole bunch of issues for this game. So, technically, we are inside a house right now. What we're going to do is we're going to place down our island entrance. Then, in case you ever wanted to just leave, you can walk over the door here and leave. You'll be put outside as normal. Now, at Tier 3, you get a second campsite. You get the medium island entrance. What we're going to do is we're going to go outside. I'm just going to place this down. Now, because that small flag was placed inside beforehand, it, I'm going to say, takes priority. It works. It works as intended. It's outside the void right now, and I can't access it, but it works as intended. This, however, this flag is bugged, because we can now enter this, and it takes us to our island as normal. This is the second tier island. However, when we try to get back, behold, welcome to the ocean. We're just outside of the actual island itself. In fact, you can see the dock over here. And in case you were curious, yes, the other players will be able to see you as well, looking back at them, although you will be just pixels due to the game's graphics. But it is possible. And, as you just saw, I fell in the water, which means you can fish here too. It's completely allowed, and this area is actually pretty substantial. You can walk for a good distance away. That line there is the limit. You can walk for a little while, set up, put some chairs, put down a couple beers, and just kind of have a good time out here. I've had quite a few people sitting out here in my time playing this game, and from my experience, the catches have been great. Not that the catches are actually any different, but, you know, placebo. If you ever want to get back at any point to spawn, you can press escape and press this return to spawn button. In the exact same vein as these two things, we are going to want to take back both of these. This time, I'm going to place down the medium island entrance first. This works. We can enter, and we can exit, and everything works as it should. However, if we walk into the aquarium this time, doesn't have to be the aquarium, but I like to use this for showing. As you can see, we have an absolutely massive manta ray in the aquarium right now. So much so that he extends out the bottom. What we're going to do here, we're just going to place down our tiny island entrance and enter it. We're back at our tiny island, but of course, we just want to leave immediately. Welcome to the other void. This time, looking at the display room from very far away in a circle. I don't know where this is out of bounds wise. I'm not familiar with game design all that much. I'm guessing this is probably just the skybox of black that exists outside of the display room. But yeah, using this, you can get access to this white expanse. Interestingly, you can still hear wind here. And that's because, as I found out, I'm technically outside. If I walk forward towards this room, I hit water. And of course, that means fishing is allowed. But if I press this return to spawn button, you'll quickly see something interesting. I was, very briefly, just over here. And you can actually navigate the entire island by doing this. I've gotten up and over the bridge in that white void. It's very hard to do, but it is possible. Just a brief interlude, as I've been looking at this a little more in depth since making that. I've found out it's actually due to spawn points. The spawn points locations of the flags. So, you know, as we go in here, and we leave, we return to the same flag we entered at. The game only expects there to be one flag out at a time, as if we enter this other island and leave, we return back to the first flag that was placed, that was this one outside, and I believe that's why it doesn't work when you go inside. For example, if I take this in here, and I place this down, and I enter it, and I very quickly leave, we get into the white void, because it's looking for a spawn point that exists outside. So technically, I am outside. I am exactly where my flag is placed. But I can't see it because I'm supposed to be inside. And that's the reason for this happening. If I return spawn, you can see the flag is right there, working as intended if there was only one flag. So yeah, I believe that's why this is happening. So, I think that about does it for our tutorial on how to access both the void, the white void, and the ocean today. I really hope that these glitches actually aren't patched. They aren't, as far as I know, harmful to the game in any way, and provide some really cool locations to go fishing from. And I really hope the dev sees this and understands that it's cool to have stuff like this in your game. I understand the dev wants the game to work as best as they possibly can. As a developer myself, of course you do. But this is interesting, and I would like to personally see it stay in the game, so that I have more interesting places to fish. Thanks for watching.